Well, I hope you all have terrific plans tonight to enjoy Singapore for the travelers here. I'm looking forward to my first Singapore sling. I haven't had one yet on this trip. So I'm very passionate about where I see cloud computing going. I think that we're all at the starting line in information technology generally. We are all going to be moving forward, and any country, any company in any industry right now, the word is opportunity, phenomenal opportunity as we see growth to become the dominant country, to become the dominant company, to become the thought leaders. Any generational shift in technology and computing we see generally brings with it new leadership. And so very excited to see where that might lead us all. So I don't know if we all are thinking about how significant the changes are going to be in the next few years. If you're like me, it might seem to you that today, every day, it seems like you are interacting with computers all the time. From the time you get up until you go to bed at night, and when you wake up in the middle of the night and you grab your tablet or your phone and check the mail when you can't sleep, seems like it's very pervasive. But if you look at where we're at today in the world, roughly for each person, there's one internet-connected device. Roughly 8 billion people, roughly 8 billion internet-connected devices. So when we think to 2020, and we think that we'll have in excess of 100 billion, I think there's varying projections. That's sort of an average one. I think it's actually going to be more than that. There's a lot of wild cards there. So think about that conceptually, that the presence of computers in your life will be 13 times greater than it is today. What does that mean? It means it's going to be everywhere. You think about data storage, and that also being tremendously more, 12 times more. And again, I think that that's very conservative. I think that there's a lot of things in terms of bandwidth and how all these new devices are going to generate data that is going to create just a tremendous explosion. And even this number from Forrester, there's a lot of projections how big it's going to be. It's just going to be huge. So then also let's think about some of those wild cards of disruption. So I was not long ago talking to the CIO of UPS, United Parcel Service, in the U.S. What do you think is the most frightening disruptive technology to UPS? They're shipping, obviously. It's the 3D printer. What is that going to mean to business? What is that going to mean to supply chains? So that's obviously something they're thinking about. Researchers recently stored 700 terabytes of information in 1 gram of DNA, and DNA can last for hundreds of thousands of years. So how's that going to? I don't know if we're going to get a USB interface onto our DNA anytime soon. I think that's a longer-term one. But thinking about how storage might change, the Internet of Things, the everything from refrigerators to toilets being part of, to cars being part of our internet infrastructure. It's hard to know all the different things that's going to cause. But for me, it's very clear that there's going to be the need for a lot of utility-like orchestration, management, provisioning, storage of data for all of these different areas. So cloud is that foundation. Cloud is that utility. It's our IT system. It's providing the ability for big data to happen. It's going to be managing the mobile devices that are so pervasive today, as well as the Internet of Things in the future. And it's really accelerating. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, really a lot more of that innovation. So why is the cloud going to win? You know, I sometimes chuckle to myself so I don't get hit a lot when I talk to a lot of either industries, governments, CIOs, leaders, who they feel their company will adopt cloud on their terms. And they're not going to adopt it on their terms. They're going to adopt the cloud on the cloud's terms. And there's some negotiation in there. But in these earlier days, we feel like we have more control than maybe we do. If you don't believe me, go to your top software suppliers and really analyze how much longer they will be able to deliver software in any other mode other than software as a service.